What's up, everybody? Peace and love again. This is kind of like a part 2 to the video I did on auras and alien influences. And in this video, it's going to be very brief. Try not to be too long-winded, but I do want to point out just a couple of things. I talked about in the last video about how you can actually eliminate your aura, and you can basically have what's called a black aura. And when I talked about that, I got a lot of inquiries, people that wanted to know exactly how they get a black aura. Now, to understand a black aura, this is something that a lot of people really that deal with auras don't even really deal with the black aura. They really don't even talk about the black aura because, for one thing, they don't even really know the black aura exists because they're trapped into illusions of light. See, when you deal with like red and yellow and purple, these are actually aspects of black. What black is basically, it's all the colors combined. I've said this in other videos. It's all of your colors combined. So when you looking at like red and yellow and all of that, you're looking at aspects of black, which means that this is pretty much an illusion, really. When you deal with like yellow, red, and all of that, like these are illusionary colors, or pretty much, this is why like Lucifer is called the carrier of light. Like the Luciferians use light to deceive you, because you could use light to deceive someone. So this is not to talk against the light. This is not to talk against the light, but this is to help you to understand like a more of a scientific concept of light can put you into an illusionary state. So when you're seeing red, you're really not seeing red. It's just perceived to you as red. So really, in truth and in essence, the only color really is black. It's black. And what I mean by that is that black pretty much has all of the colors within it. Any artist knows this, like off top. Black has all the colors, and it is all light combined. So if you want a black aura, what do? What am I saying? Okay, this is what I'm saying. The reason why you have a red aura, let me understand why you would have a color aura, so then you maybe will understand how to get a black aura. You have a color aura because auras reflect your mood. That's what they do. They reflect your mood. And I probably said this in another video, but I'm specifying it more here. So if you're in an angry mood, your aura will probably be red or maybe brown. If you're in a very mood where you're just like feeling like you're the shit and you're just feeling yourself and you're just like, oh man, I'm just beautiful, your aura is probably yellow. If you're feeling good, you're feeling yourself, your aura is yellow. If you're in a very communicative mood, a very expressive mood, your aura will probably be blue. If you're in a very spiritual mood, very meditative mood, your aura will be purple. Now, when you start dealing with the black, it's two different ways to look at black. If you're in a very compassionate mood, your aura may be green, it may be pink, but believe it or not, if you're in a supreme state of compassion, meaning that you're dealing with divine compassion, where you're not discriminating, like not compassion based on, I'm compassionate for you because you're my child, or I'm compassionate for you because you're my lover. But when you're just dealing with, I'm compassionate to humanity in general, and I'm not going to make any distinctions between them, you're dealing with black. And believe it or not, the heart chakra, see, it's a hidden thing. A lot of people don't teach this, but the heart chakra, a lot of people say it's green and pink, but actually the true color of the heart chakra is black. So if you start dealing with like the Merkaba, see, in order to really get into the Merkaba, you have to really bring your consciousness down from the mind into the heart. And the only way to do that is through the blackness, darkness, the black aura. See, this is the only way to really get into Merkaba. This is why people can't walk through walls and disappear and things like that, because they can't harness the black energy. And you start off with the green energy, but eventually you want to get into the black energy, because black means supreme balancement. So when you start talking about your emotions, if you're dealing with a black aura, you're not emotional. So this is how you get a black aura. You cannot be emotional. This means that you're balanced. And I shouldn't say you can't be emotional. You experience emotions, but you don't let them reflect. You're in a state of the observer, like in meditation when they tell you to be in a state of the observer, which means that you observe the situation, which means you're not emotional, you're not prejudiced about it. See, when you take on a color, this means that you become prejudiced about a situation or emotional, even if it's communication or whatever. If you take on a certain color and you begin to reflect that certain color, you've took on a prejudice. That's what you've done. And this is not bad, but I'm explaining to you scientifically what's going on. It's not a bad thing that you became prejudiced and you took on a certain color, because sometimes you have to shapeshift to take on that color so that you can pull in people from that energy, and then you might go back to your state of blackness. But blackness is a supreme balanced state. And the way to achieve that is through, I know I say it all the time, but through proper meditation. You really can't get into the black aura deep unless you've learned how to activate Merkaba. For those of you that don't know what Merkaba is, I did a video on Merkaba a couple days ago. Watch that if you haven't already. You need to learn how to activate Merkaba, and this is how you will get a black aura. And this is how you will make your aura disappear, because now you are living in a state of supreme balancement. So when you deal with the colors, again, this is the prejudice state. You are basically in a state where you are judging the situation, and this is why you're taking on a color. So say for instance somebody hits your car and you just bought it, it's a brand new Porsche, you love it, somebody hit it, you become angry, your aura will become red, because you've basically made a judgment. You've become prejudiced to the situation instead of being biased, and instead of being in a state of balancement. And this is how you achieve the black aura. Now you can get colorful auras actually even through expression and through singing and all of that, like, because you're hitting certain, singing, expression, anything that's making you pour your spirit out is going to create an aura. So if you really want the black aura, another thing you want to learn how to do is learn how to not speak unless you need to speak about something. Hold your thoughts and don't speak just to be talking. See, a lot of people, they just talk just to talk. They just want to just say something, just to say something, because they don't like to hear the dead air and the dead space, and they're fear of that. And this is why a lot of people can't meditate, because they have auras or egos, and they can't meditate because they constantly need chatter, they constantly need to talk, and they're scared of the quietness. You can't get a black aura unless you do not fear silence. See, you need to have silence. It's another key ingredient to get a black aura. Tonation creates auras. Chanting, using mantras, this will create a color and an aura. And there's a time for that, like I said. But then sometimes it's time to have that black aura if you want to be incognito and you want to go within yourself and things of that nature. So yeah, man, I mean, the black aura is key. It's very important. This is how you obtain it, or some of the principles on how to obtain it. It takes time, because a lot of people, I mean, this is why, like, when the psychics can't even see the black auras or whatever, a lot of them, because you won't have an aura. And I'm not talking about the white aura. That's something different. That's something different, because white is more like a reflection. This is a reflection. Black is dealing with absorption, going within, absorbing. You see, so I mean, the white aura and the black aura is two different things. So many people, they see the white aura, you know what I'm saying? Many psychics, they see the white angels around you, but they can't see. So you want to really get deep into the black aura, and I'm going to kind of spill the beans on some videos that'll be coming soon. See, that's why a lot of them don't know about what's called the dark matter extraterrestrials, or the Etherians, or the darker beings, because they only deal with the light type of beings, or the beings that are on the spectrum or side of light. But when I did the video on the quarantine, I talked about how the quarantine is going to be lifted. So we're going to be interfacing with darker extraterrestrials, or dark beings, or dark matter beings, and this goes back to the black aura. You see, a lot of people have dark beings in their auras right now, but since the psychics can't see them, because they can't see the black auras right now, they only see light. See, we're blinded to we're actually blinded to blackness. We're blinded to blackness, and this is why they call it dark matter, because it's matter. It's very much matter. It's black suns and everything right there in the universe, but you can't see them because our eyes can only see on the visible light spectrum. And this is the same. It's no different than psychics and things like this. It's no different with them. They can't see the black aura. They can't see the black beings or dark extraterrestrial beings. They know nothing of this, but soon they will. So until next time, I thank you for watching this video. Until we meet again, I'll leave you in peace and prosperity.